We are live. We are live. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you might be watching. And it's another exciting segment on this special exclusive segment of Meet the Guest with E Plus, the storyteller. And I have an amazing guest, gracious guest. Like we have been looking forward to this day. And yes, it's here. And please allow me to introduce our guest. Okay, she will do the official introduction. Uh,
Morning.
okay, can you hear me, ma?
Hello. Yes, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay, so please, ma, just do the formal introduction to our audience and our viewers. They'd like to meet you.
Hello. Let this network, let Nigeria not happen now. That's not going to be fair.
Okay, ma, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so we'd like to meet you officially. Yes, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Dele Olutimileyin. I'm a mother of 8 children, 3 biological and 5 that I adopted to myself, and then some grandchildren. So
Wow, amazing.
I'm a mother,
That's
I'm a
awesome.
wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a woman, and above all, a child of God.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now we can put a tag to all of your personality. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I must say that we are excited to have you on this segment. Okay, so our theme, like I said it previously, is a timely theme where we're looking at, how we're generally harnessing the creative space, especially for our children, encouraging them towards embracing their, uniqueness, their creative prowess. It looks like there's a paradigm shift. Looks like we have our interest somewhere for the children, because most time you hear parents saying, no, I want my child to work in the best blue chip company, this and that. So like there's a stereotype to, you know, um, what we want the children to become. But first, I even ask myself, is it about what we want? That aside, then how much of the encouragement are we given to these children to look inwards? Because we have so many gifted children today, but looks like their creativity is on our nest. I mean, this is quite disturbing, and I feel like it's a theme. So, Ma, what do you think about this?
Yeah, you are quite right. Seriously, I was talking with my one of my children this morning, and we're talking about this topic. And to her, she feels our generation will do something better than what my generation did, especially in terms of the creativity of our children. I remember one of my friends one day, she reached out to me in an alarming form and said, "Can you imagine? My daughter wants to go and study graphic arts." And I said, "Why not?" She said, "What do you mean? She can't become a doctor, she can't become a..." And this is a very brilliant girl. To her, she could not. And I told her, I said, "Please, let her be who she wants to be." So they are creative people, they are graphic artists who are making the best of their world. And that was one thing that really we had to be on her for a while. But the truth of the matter is, my generation didn't get it right, but this present generation, having seen the likes of Davido make the world, having
Yes,
seen the likes of great artists who have become people, notable people in the society, I think the
that's right.
paradigm shift, there is actually a paradigm shift. People are now beginning to accept the children or accept people for who they are. And like I told myself while looking at this, God that created us, the Bible says God created us in his image, is a creative God.
That's
And
right.
because the creative God, if we were created in his likeness, then we have a part of him that is creative.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
there should be that. great paradigm shift for us to move away from he must be an engineer, he must be, he must, and let them be who the creative God has made them.
Absolutely. I like the way you've actually opened the floor. You're so spot on. God has, given so many of these children creativity, and I quite agree with you. It should be explored. Now, I'm looking at the aspect of, the school as an institution. I'm looking at the aspect of our formal education. The school, the 8 to 2, 8 to 4, routine that they keep.
Network, don't be
And
funny.
I'm asking myself, do you think they can do more in institutionalizing this creativity? More like, because when you look at curriculums most time, it's still the stereotype subject, so to speak. Pardon me. I feel like, I don't know. I like to know your thoughts about that. Hmm, hmm. I like. I can hear you though. I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah. No, it's okay. We'll just ride on. Yes, I'm here. We're right here.
Hello,
Yes.
can see.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you loudly. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, responding to you, actually, I think the problem actually started from the curriculum, if I could say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is strictly you are either doing physics, chemistry, biology, and in our days, Fikemba. And that
Yes.
puts in our head that the only thing that makes you stand out is when you have majored in all those things. And while I was in secondary school, that you hardly can have a senior boy of a school or a senior girl of a school, not somebody offering physics, chemistry, mathematics, and hard maths. You would hardly not find a senior prefect of a school. The other lower prefects can come from the other subjects, maybe literature and things that could actually brighten the creativity of people.
Mm.
So if we can make the curriculum to actually have a phase where a child is made to actually know himself or herself, because at home, mommy is saying, stop wasting my time. You ask too many questions. You talk too much. And you have spoiled all my things. Then you are trying to do this, you are trying to, and the child gets to school and gets to, if you are not doing physics, chemistry, mathematics, you are not a brilliant child. You can be good for nothing
Mm-hmm.
and all the rest. And then the child's creativity is further killed. But if the child gets to
Yes.
school and they make the child to see, oh, the teacher has looked at the child and sees this child is happier when we want to do some creative things.
Mm,
And so
mm,
makes the
mm,
child to know there's something good about you. Even though you are not very brilliant in physics, in what other subjects we do in secondary, in primary school, logic,
mm.
what in verbal
Agree.
reasoning.
Yeah.
If I can
Mm.
see that when it comes to something creative, this boy lightens up. This boy is all over the place trying to do things,
Right.
and the
Right.
child and the teachers. Now there is a forum. If there is a forum for the teacher to now help the child harness that, then we
Yes.
can be sure we would have a better society, and we'll be
Mm,
able to harness our creativity better than what we have
mm,
so far.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, thank you so much, man. This is so spot on. There's something you said that, just made me smile. I like the way you put it. Let our curriculum have, at least if we can allow our curriculum, or let our curriculum have a face. Have a face. I mean, that is so spot on. It also captures my mindset about, you know, exploring the creative prowess, allowing children to explore their creative prowess. And another question I would like to ask you, ma, probably like a thought. I don't know if you share this thought as well. Now, in making our curriculum have you know, a face, do you think sometimes or all the time environmental factors play a major role in either pushing this narrative forward or truncating it? Because sometimes you hear statements like, well, someone has told me before that, if plus the storyteller, if you were in the US, if you were in the US, I know your worth. I know. I get to hear that like a lot. I mean, what does this how does this translate?
Yeah.
So with respect to
Seriously,
environmental,
yeah, it is a very, very important factor. I'll give you an instance. When my daughter was to go to school for uni,
yeah,
because by the grace of God, she went to a school outside here. When she was leaving, we all believed she would be the best lawyer in Nigeria at some point in
wow,
time because she
wow,
was really, really obsessed with being a lawyer. And she has been, oh, law, 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 law. Okay. And thankfully, just like you have said, she went to a climb where you can even enter university undecided. So you just say, I'm coming into the university. I don't know what I want to study. I want to be open to so many things and I'll make my.
yes,
And thank God that
mhm,
was the type of place she went to.
wow,
And by the time she will finish her first semester, thank God she was open to different courses, different, so nothing, and then you can't even study law as a first degree.
yes,
So she was open to all sorts. By the grace of God, today she has worked for about 13 years post uni,
wow,
and she's
wow,
not anything near a lawyer. The same
okay,
thing for our younger one. She said, oh, actually, she grew up to like children. I'm going to be a pediatrician. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. But she also went in undecided. If I would say something today, she's an accountant.
hmm,
She's an account. So if I
wow,
think in Nigeria we so much kill the creativity in our
wow,
children because that is the
wow,
way, and it goes back to the way my parents brought me up, the way their parents brought them up, and
yes,
I brought my children up. Thankfully, I along the line, I don't know what actually exposed me to feel. No, I left to my children from the day one, whatever you want to explore, explore. And so
yes,
even when they came up with this is who I am, it was not
yes,
cast in stone. And so they were able to come back to us to say,
yes,
oh, I told you I wanted to be a lawyer. I don't even want to be a lawyer. She's now in the NGO world, seeing how to take care of people in need, how to take care of women. She's now working with women and children. That is somebody who wanted to be a lawyer by all means. The other one wanted to be a doctor, a pediatrician. Today is in the finance world. So if we can allow Nigeria to be opened up, and thankfully, this generation, is it which generation are they now? The people who are just having children now, they are better than us, better than my generation.
okay,
And so the child says, I want to
okay,
play football. Another one, my younger brother wanted to play football. He had actually gone to the state level. He was already playing for your state then. And one day we got to know, my older sister and I, my mom called, come and see, oh, your brother wants to be a footballer. When we got home and we descended on him, only God knows how many millions he would have raked into the family now if we had allowed him to play football. But we descended on him and made him to write an undertaking that he would never play football again if only we had known better. So these are
mm,
things that this new generation, you see them take their children to go and learn. One of my grandson now learns, is doing some fintech study. He's just about 5. He's already learning lawn tennis, and so they are more open. But if Nigeria would also help us, the government would also see into this and let's see how
Yes,
we can
yes, I agree.
create the environment,
Absolutely.
like you have said, for our
Yes,
children to
an
thrive
environment.
in their God-given creativity.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. God bless you. That's absolutely right. And that's what we're all about here on E Plus to Story Teller platform. I mean, so many children are taking courses, in different creative areas, whether it's in
Wow.
creative content writing, whether it's in creative storytelling, whether it's in creative voiceover artistry or creative video editing. I mean, children are thankfully
It's
their parents who
beautiful.
are beginning to understand what you just said. And like you said, it can only get better, I believe, and so that these children, they harness their potentials maximally.
Yeah.
I tell parents, yes, I tell parents, you never know. God bless you for also, having that open mind towards your children. I mean, from what you just narrated now, it's such a beautiful story. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I don't
Thank you.
know. I don't know. This really I mean, for me, this is a very inspiring segment thus far. I like you. I don't know if you have a word. Now, before I get to that part, I'm thinking now, with respect to gender, I think most parents are kind of guilty about this. I feel there is this stereotype also attached to gender. So there's a way you want your boy child to grow. There's a way you want your girl child to grow. Likewise, there are certain roles and potentials you see for both genders. I mean, what really accounts for this? Also, going back to how it's always been. As a boy, you cannot. I don't see you, doing this or practicing your cooking skill. What is a boy doing with cooking skill? And for me, every narrative is playing out and telling some sort of unique stories. So why do you think? I mean, what accounts for that?
I think it's the way we were brought up, seriously. And unfortunately for most of us, we never queried why our parents did some things. I grew up in my father would not see a boy, a male child in the kitchen. Says, what's your business there? What are you doing there? Are you a
Wow,
woman?
seriously.
But the truth of the fact is, it's actually something that was handed over to us because of the patriarchal mindset that we Africans grew up with. But the truth of the
Yeah.
matter is, and that's why you find you, and I think there's now become there is something coming
Yes.
as
I
if
get it.
women, to a lot of extent, active, they develop better and faster than men because a woman from day one, is this how a man will marry you? A man cannot marry you like that. Oh. A man cannot marry you like that. Is this how you go to your husband's house? So we tend to make the girl child to develop faster and better. And when it now comes to the men, is you cannot. So in them, they are made to see themselves as being superior, and then there are some things they can't do. Some things this will not bring money, because you are going to take care of the family. So
Yeah.
we need to actually begin to change it with the narrative. No child is better than the other. A girl, a boy,
Yes, ma'am.
none is better.
Yes, ma'am.
And the moment we begin to make them
Yes,
to see themselves on equal level, and that is also
that's
what
right.
what even affects our marriages, because a man is made to be seen as a superior person. For crying
Yes.
out loud, nothing about you is superior.
Mhm.
We are all created in the image of God. Yes,
That's
you
right.
are the head of the home, but the truth of the matter is, it does not make you superior. And that's why some men can deal with women anyhow. We need to begin to change that. And also to
Yes.
know that there is no profession, there is no sex, there is no stereotyped profession to a gender.
Gender.
We
Yes.
all can operate in all the professions and stand out in our God given gifts.
Awesome. And what a beautiful way to just conclude this amazing session. I've really had such an exciting time with you. Mama, you're so full of
Thank
wisdom.
you.
Thanks for inspiring us. And please, before you go, I want you to just talk to our parents. Just talk to our parents. Give them a word of advice, a word or two,
Okay.
just before we go. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Yeah.
So, my dear parents, my counsel is that we should look beyond the soap they are wasting when they are trying to form something. We should look beyond the many questions they ask us.
Yes.
Let's try and answer their questions. Curiosity is what makes creativity.
Mm.
When somebody is curious, is out of the creative elements in him or her. Let's listen to their questions. If we know we are tired and they are bringing in their questions,
Yes. Not too short. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
let us not kill their curiosity, not be super. I know the economy is good, but let's
Mm.
look beyond their little wastages.
That's
The
right.
experiments they've made with your with your electrical things,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
the times they've spoken, they want to really act something out. Let's look beyond those times and give them our support. The moment a child knows that my mom, my dad supports my
I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. Mm. Oh, thank you so much. Like, I mean, it can't get better than this. Thank you so
hello.
much. Um, thank you so much, Ma. Um, Such inspiring words. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me, Ma? Can you hear me, Ma? Okay. Okay. Can you
Hello.
hear me, Ma?
Yes, now I
Yes,
can
we're
hear you
here.
now. Yes.
Thank you so much. I just said it can't even get better than this. Thank you for rounding up so beautifully well. And we look forward to having you again. Thank you for also being part of our support system. You have been there. I mean, we have known for more than how many years now. Thank you for being very, very consistent. Thank you for being intentional about um, how you inspire and impact. Our prayer here from the entire team, we say God bless you.
Amen.
And again, we look forward to another session with you. Thank you so much, ma. Thank
Thank
you.
you for the beautiful
And
work you are doing too. Thank you so much.
thank you, ma.
Yes.
Thank you, ma. Has to do with E Plus Storyteller. I cherish her commitments, her utmost sense of commitment and dedication. And I know you have taken one or two. I pray that as we listen to this into our lives. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dele.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.